All right, Jamie. Here's a theme song. Here's a theme song.
It's the show that nobody asked for, the only reason that we shower. If these ovaries could talk is live right now.
So much hand dancing, Jamie.
I know, because it's a box, so I try to use what I got.
I like move in and out of the box. Nobody cares if we're moving in and out of the box.
Yeah, we should do the stairs.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show that nobody asked for.
Hi, guys. Let us know you're here. Say hi. We want to know who's here, as always. Hi, Rebecca.
Jamie, I feel like that's usually your thing, is to say good. But it works. We do have one bit of business at the top. We have a guest today, which is so exciting. We have one bit of business, which is that there will be no live stream on Friday because guess why?
Hi, Emily.
Jamie's moving again. Jamie is moving again. But this time Jamie's moving actually to the place that she is staying.
And finally, Rebecca, thank you. Yes, my mom got it. That was so nice of you. I am finally moving into my apartment. Finally. Hi, Julie. The boss of Robin is here. Yeah, I know. I wish I was moving to Hawaii. No, I'm moving back into Manhattan, which I'm scared of. But Robin is going back into Manhattan on Friday too. So we are both heading back to the city, which is scary and exciting all at the same time. Because
I know, and all I'm thinking about is how hot it's going to be and how what are we going to do. But I do want to say one update before we bring in our amazing guests who we're super excited to talk to, which is that yesterday, we all know that I'm in the middle of Downton Abbey, right? I'm in season 6. Very exciting things are happening. We're about to the movie. Yesterday at 2:00 in the middle of an episode, the license expired with Amazon and PBS. So they took it down.
Oops.
And so it took me an hour, but don't worry. I donated $5 to PBS and I'm getting the episodes again. So everything is okay. I know people are going to be worried.
I'm glad for you. I'm so glad. I really want you to finish Downton Abbey. I really want you to.
Oh,
but you know what's
happening?
We didn't talk about this, but there's a documentary on Netflix right now about trans lives and what they face. And Teak is in it.
Oh, Teak Milan, yes.
So does anybody know the name of it? I can't remember the name of it. We watched it the first night it came out. I didn't even know it was. We were like, "Oh, what's this?" And we clicked on it, and then Teak Milan, who we did an episode on, was there talking so much. Teak is so well spoken and so well thought out. Anyway, everybody go check it out, and we'll talk about it next time we're together because it's really disclosure. Thank you, Emily. Always
Emily to the rescue. And thank you, Melissa. Okay. All right. So let's go. We have a guest today. And as always, we want to say, put your questions in the comments she's a funny writer. She is a stand-up comic now. And she wrote a book about menopause and
Robin's frozen. Can anybody still hear Robin? She froze. Well, anyway, she's in the waiting room. We can't let her in because
we're predominantly ladies in here. And all right. Do we have Gail?
Robin, you keep freezing.
I know. Well, Rebecca's telling me I'm frozen. Can you hear me now?
We hear you now. You're a little pixelated.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to do that. You chat, Jamie, and then we'll see if it resolves. Go ahead. I did. She's there.
She's not here.
Yes. She's here. Hi, Gail.
Oh, here I am. Yay. Here I am.
She is. Hi, Gail.
Hi, ladies, women's, whatever we're calling ourselves now.
Right, exactly. It's good to have you here. We thought maybe you should tell us a little bit about the book you wrote. Let everybody know exactly kind of what you're about.
All right, I will show you the cover. Oops, wrong way. GONEPAUSAL. About, I think what happened was I noticed, I'm older than the rest of you, although I do not reveal my age or I would have to eliminate you both from the planet. If anyone knew, only a few people know my real age. But I noticed that all my girlfriends and I were just kind of getting crankier and more moody, mood swings and all sorts of crazy things happening. Like your My lips have disappeared. You don't know that. I used to have an upper lip. Just your upper lips goodbye. But no, yeah, it's scary. So, I mean, the physical changes, like when you start, your hair, your hair gets thinner. And my doctor, and I tried to defy him because my OBGYN, we talked about it once. He goes, I could tell every woman in my waiting room is going through menopause. I'm like, seriously? I mean, what a sexist thing to say. Really,
what a weird thing to say.
Is it because you get thicker in the middle? Just beware. Start doing sit-ups now. And he said that your waist gets thicker, which it does. But I was determined to defy all his predictions, except the dewy, rosy, lovely complexion you all have now can kiss that goodbye with your thin lips. I mean, seriously.
Oh my God. You know what? We have an aunt who's in her 80s, and she says religiously, nobody teaches you how to age. It's not fair. There should be classes on aging. Every young person should have to sit down with old people for a certain amount of time in their lives and learn about the aging process, because nobody talks about it. And then all of a sudden you're aging.
Well, here's the thing, and I will tell you what's good about what's happening now in terms of menopause. I mean, on a serious note, it's like my mother said a word, and all my friends' mothers, none of us, and I'm a baby boomer. That's as much as I'll tell you about me. That's it. I'm sparing you your lives. So I'm a baby boomer, and none of my friends, none of our mothers said a word about it, not one word. And when I asked my mother, and actually, I did write a New York Times little editorial, and they quoted this. Like, my mother said she went through menopause in one afternoon. I mean, that's as much. No one talks about it. Like, now we do. Like, now my friends do. And even though us baby boomers think we're far more enlightened with all the things we did for all of you women, we still, my friends don't talk about it unless I push them, unless I bring the subject up. Like, no one's really, you guys will be so much better because now they're writing about it. There's books about it. There's websites. There's Facebook pages. So you can be far more enlightened. But I mean, so my girlfriends and I started talking about what was going on with our bodies and why we were I was driving to work one day and I just burst into tears.
Really?
Yeah, you just when your hormones go, it's all over but the shouting. I mean, you have no idea what estrogen is doing for you. You have no idea.
I mean, I only know from my infertility and all the fertility drugs I took that made me crazy hormonally. So I do have a feeling. I don't know anything about those drugs, but I don't know anything about.
They pumped you up with hormones, right?
Yeah.
Well, it seems like such a parallel. Like, my daughter's 11. We get a little quiet in case she's in the other room, but she's now starting to do that same thing where all of a sudden she starts crying and she's like, I don't know what's wrong. And my sister, who's actually on the live stream and was referring to losing her eyebrows during menopause, which I'll put that up there. She said that her daughter came down the stairs one morning, had just woken up and was sobbing. And said she didn't know why. And that's hormones too. It seems like it's the exact same thing, just later in life.
Yeah, I mean, it all just switches up. Like, when you're young and you get your period, you're like, oh, mom, yeah, I got my period. And then when it goes, I mean, women are happy. I mean, it's funny. I mean, ironically, they're like, oh my God, I had the worst period. I'm so happy it's gone. But it's really, the more into menopause you get, there's perimenopause. I mean, it's still unclear what's what. I mean, I still think no one's quite cleared that up yet. What's perimenopause, menopause, and post-menopause? I mean, there's 3 phases. But I would, if I could get back the estrogen, I would take my period back seriously, because it's gone. I mean, it's not, look, it's not dire, but there are, there are changes, like your complexion changes, lots of things. Like, estrogen gave you all that dewy, great looking skin and gave you that sex life. But that's another back around. That's a big menopause.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what I said. Some women have a terrible time. They're just so many, physical, so symptomatic. Because it was new to me and all my friends that I don't think I knew. I just like, the only thing I will tell you is that I knew how it affected me sexually.
Oh.
You
want to get into that or no?
Gail,
up to you.
We're going to get into that, but that was my mom's comment too. So basically my mom just told me I'm going to have a bad menopause.
Well, you just have to go get the WD-40.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know. No, that was like, I will tell you honestly, that was like I think that was the biggest shock to me. Like, I look at other pictures, early pictures to see if I ever had lips, which I did, but.
Oh no, I don't want to lose my lip.
I know, I barely have an upper lip. I don't want to lose it. That's going to stink.
Well, maybe not everyone does.
I think my mom still has her lips, but maybe they
and the arms, you kind of get flabbier. And you can't see me, but I'm very skinny. I was determined to defy my OB-GYN. I'm like, I am not going to be what you think, I do 150 crunches every day.
Good for you.
Atta girl.
I know, right? And tree pose. But yeah, so but the most shocking part, and no matter what part of menopause you're in, it doesn't change. Like when you lose the hormones and want to have sex, be prepared. I refer to it as sandpaper sex.
Oh my God.
No, seriously.
Maybe us lesbians are luckier because we don't necessarily have to, I don't want to go.
Where are you going, Jamie? Where are you going, Jamie?
I know. My mom is on this feed.
I know. I was like, Jamie, your mom.
I know where you're going. But, that's true. That is true.
I could go there because my mom's dead, but I'm not going to because it's too much.
I wonder. It's already in everybody's head.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We were all thinking it.
That's is a lesbian.
Right. For women that aren't, I don't know if they're listening, but just for me and my girlfriends, it is just like, and really to get your girlfriends to talk about it, for me, it's tough. Like once you open the conversation up, they're willing to, but we never discussed it. I was like, I just remember too much information. I'm sorry.
That's Robin's sister. It's not.
That's my sister. It's fine.
She's just my sister and me.
Wait.
My mother will talk about this for days. Look, Jamie's
mom's coming in about the sex. Okay.
Really? Oh, like their mother's lucky. Didn't she use any sort of, now you get the story. Phases in a woman's life. I've written about this too. Like the first embarrassing moment when I would be sweaty as a teenager and have to go and buy like Agent Orange to stop myself from sweating.
Yeah.
Then when you're embarrassed to buy Tampax and, make sure no one's looking, there's that phase. And then for me, there was the condom phase, whether or not, which condom to buy and then, the vibrator phase. Right. I don't know.
Those was nice when they started those like vibrator Tupperware parties. My sister and I went to one, actually, oddly enough, Jamie, in San Francisco. And I was like, listen.
She froze.
She got to the good part.
I know.
I don't know which one. There's so many and they sell them at CVS now. And
I know. You can get a really small little bullet one at CVS, but you can also just buy them on Amazon, which is the easy way to do it. We lost you, Robin. We lost you.
Okay. Well, we were at this like Tupperware like sex toy party, and I was all like saying to my friends, I'm like, just like I'll have you buy something for me because I was all worried about doing it in front of my sister. Like, cut to like 4 drinks later, I was like, who wants a rabbit? And I was like, had my credit card out.
Right, the jackrabbit.
Yeah.
Remember when the rabbit was all the craze? I really think it's important that what you're saying is we should, I don't know, is this what you're saying? We should be talking about aging to our younger friends. So
yeah, right. I agree. Talk. Yeah, I think, deep for endometriosis.
28, I went on Lupron. Yeah. So I went on that too for endometriosis for 6 months, which shuts all the estrogen in your body down and puts you in temporary menopause. I had a small taste of what it's like. Not fun. Had all the symptoms. Oh, AJ, I had to go on Lupron to get pregnant many times. So maybe I don't know.
Is that a hormone? Lupron, is that a hormone replacement?
They use it for cancer treatments too. I'm not really sure why it's used. Oh, I guess because it shuts down your estrogen.
It shuts down your system so they can sync you up for IVF.
Oh.
But they use it for cancer. Like it's a very, very powerful whatever it is.
And you got pregnant, right? Did you have like triplets or quadruplets or anything?
No, I got pregnant 2 years later, and I got pregnant with one child.
Oh, one. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
One. Oh, now you have two?
Well, I have 2 kids. That was 2.5 years of my infertility, but my wife had our oldest one, so I didn't have to try again.
Oh, I only had one. I wish I had 2, but I only had one. But no, so I mean, right, your body will. I know. So the you were talking about the vibrator stage. So there's the vibrator. I go on Amazon. There's so many choices. I don't know which one to buy, but
Mom will tell you. I mean.
Gail, do you talk at all about, I've heard people who've gone through menopause talk about like maybe no longer feeling like a woman. And I think that's a really complicated question given like the LGBTQ, community anyway. But is that something that you hear a lot about or you came across in your research or do you talk about it in your book?
No, I know, because my book is like, you can't remember anything. I forgot my password. Where did I put this? I mean, you find things in the refrigerator. You find like your keys in the freezer, or like everything is upside down. Like you just, I mean, literally your memory. And my girlfriends and I talk about stuff. You don't even remember who you called. Did I call you or did you call me?
Oh, it's you. Yeah, you.
Seriously, you're like, and why did I call you? And why? The funniest thing is, why am I in this room? Like. Walked into her. Why am I in this store? Why am I in this aisle? I mean, I think that you will find that. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, I think that's just whatever happens to your brain. Like, that's kind of, and it's funny if you let it be funny, but when you don't know where your keys are and you're just, throwing everything around, you're just looking everywhere. Now I look in the most extreme places. I mean, don't think it's logical. Don't think any of these things are logical. They're not logical. They're just
that doesn't go away. That like when you come through on the other side of menopause, that never goes away. You're just that's upsetting.
No, I don't know what goes away. I mean, I don't know what these people are talking about. Like once menopause happens, it's not like, oh, I'm done with it. Now let's get back to how I was before. I mean, every change that you go through. I mean, if you get acne, some people get acne. Certain things might temper, or you learn how to can just do better things with your skin. But I mean, I think once you lose the estrogen, it doesn't, unless you do hormone replacement therapy, which I've been very nervous about, because every day there's a new study, bad for you, good for you, bad for you, good for you.
I have a friend, she's in her early 50s, but she went through menopause, I feel like pretty early. She had a rough time, and she finally decided to go on the hormone replacement therapy. And she says it's changed her life.
Yeah, it is life-changing, but I'm like always the glass half empty person. So I'm always like, it's gonna be bad for me. I'm kind of afraid to mess with
But so Gail, how do you find humor in this? How do you find the lightness? That's your whole thing. How do you do that?
I think it's just my personality. I just think it's how I look at things. First I get like maybe remarkably depressed, or if I don't know. And then, because I'm a writer, and then when I sit down and start writing about it, I wrote a lot about the COVID virus. Like the first time, we went for days or weeks without like, oh, good, no makeup. And then when one day you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I just look so shitty. I mean, the liberation of no makeup is over, because, so I think that just writing, I think for me, because I write about, even when I do my comedy thing, I write about it, first. And I don't know, once I sit down and write, I can find the humor. I do think comedy comes from a dark side. I don't know how many really happy comedians there are in real life. Maybe Jerry Seinfeld, he had a happy youth, but so I think I just find it because why not? Like once you start writing, like the sex part, it's not funny. I mean, it's not super funny, but once you start writing about it, like sandpaper sex, I mean, that's funny, isn't it? Sandpaper sex.
Yeah, sure. But I guess it's kind of like what Robin and I did. We took kind of like it started with my sad story, right? And then and now all we do is make jokes and talk to these families who sometimes have very difficult journeys to their families. But we make jokes the whole, I hope we never upset anyone. We don't. But like you have to find the humor in these things, and you have to find the lightness and the joy.
Yeah, and that's why I think some of the menopause stories are so sad. I mean, you're just like, oh my God. I mean, it's like you could cry or you could, yeah, I feel sorry for people that are just having the toughest time. I think I didn't have a super tough time because I didn't know. I mean, I had no freaking idea. And that's, that's my generation. Now, maybe because you'll be so informed, will work against you. I don't know, because maybe just with the blinders, it's just like, this is only happening to me and I'm not talking to anybody. But I think it's good to talk. Like, I don't understand why women aren't talking more about it. But like I said, I think that's changing.
I think the major takeaway here.
What?
I think the major takeaway here is we need to talk to each other as women.
Yep.
We need to be open with each other and talk honestly and freely about what's going on with us, be it menopause, be it miscarriages. Robin has said that many times.
Yep.
Be it infertility, be it just a bad hair day. Like, let's be real.
Well, I think the coolest thing about women is if you start them, it's like if you build it, they will come. If you get them, if you say anything, if you start a conversation, I've never had a woman like go, oh, I can't talk about it. Because that's what men, I mean, who knows what the hell they do. They talk about nothing. They don't want to ever talk about anything very,
baseball. Baseball
right.
or something dumb like that.
Right. Or they never ask the next question. But women, once you start a conversation, this is what I found, no matter how personal, because some of them, because I just say the bubble over my head, no matter how personal, they will talk.
Yeah.
But you might have to be the conversation starter.
You have to be the brave one to say or ask the question or to admit what you are afraid to admit.
The icebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gail, let's start with your age.
No.
I'm just kidding, Dee.
No, I mean, well, my mother just died at 102.
Wow.
Woo. I'm sorry for your loss, but she lived a long life.
Well, she was still looking in the mirror at 102 every night, like, cannot believing.
She was still doing this?
No, she's like, oh, wait, here's one more thing, you guys ready? Because she's still doing this. Chin hairs.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Oh God, I have friends that I've like made them promise that if I'm ever in a coma or like can't see anymore, like the designated tweezer.
Yeah.
That come and tweeze the hairs off my face.
Oh my God, I have chin hairs. Don't you have chin hairs, Robin?
I have one that I've had that comes and goes.
I have so many. I mean, now everybody knows. I have so many.
Well, now I'm going to be looking for them, Jamie. I can't wait.
I keep them very tame. But my son, my 2-year-old, like if he sees the tweezers, he'll go to the mirror
and start doing this.
He'll go to the mirror.
Wait, does he do it for you or he does it to himself?
Himself, because that's what he thinks tweezers are for. Which
hilarious.
That's the worst thing. That's my biggest fear. I won't be able to see. I did this for my aunt. It was at my uncle's funeral. I'm like, and she was so vain. I mean, and so stunning. And Miss Kings Point, Long Island, and I'm like, there she was with all those chin hairs. I'm like, Aunt Phyllis just can't. If she could see herself. So none of her children would volunteer to tell her, but I did, and with the tweezer and plucked all her chin. So you have to help people. You do.
It's just like you got to tell them when you got something in your teeth. You always got to tell the person.
Yeah, you do.
No, I would want someone to tell me if they saw some.
Yes.
Wouldn't you? Really dark hair here too, for some reason.
Jamie's talking about all her hairs. Well, can you tell people the name of your book and where they can get it?
My book, here it is. Can you see it? I don't know.
There it is. There you go.
There you go.
GONEPAUSAL.
It's on Amazon. I think it's $9.95. It's a paperback. It's like a super quick read. I mean, it's just like 2 pages of story. And it's just funny things like I can't find my password, don't grow old with me. I hate the New Yorker, bathrobe woman versus my bank account, like how I'm bathrobe woman, mirror on the wall, that can't be me. Just those kind of things that happen, like you're just like stunned. And I also have a YouTube channel, which is very funny. It has a lot of my stand-up on it. It's just Gail Forrest, 2 R's. And Instagram, which a lot of videos are on all my Instagram's all videos. And GONEPAUSAL Facebook page. So
excellent. Well, this will go up on YouTube, and we'll send it over to you so you can put it up on your YouTube page as well.
I'll put it on my YouTube page because I have actually someone who helps me with it because I'm an idiot. But
we don't know what we're doing either. We're just
I have no clue what I'm doing. And she actually tagged this on my Twitter this morning because I don't know how to do it, but she said she tagged it on my Twitter account.
Okay. So everybody go buy that book. I feel like it's a perfect book for you, Mom. I feel like that's a.
Oh my God, it's the perfect book. I mean, it's quick reading, big. I made sure that you didn't need your reading glasses to read it, but it's giant print, but readable without glass print. And
great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Gail. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, that was fun. I hope I covered anything that was relevant.
Sure.
Yeah. You got it all.
We got a lot out of it. And my mother wants to know if laser works for chin hair. And I
don't know.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I have a friend who did it.
I went to try to get laser one time. Sorry, here I go again, starting up a conversation. I went to try to go get laser one time. I couldn't afford it, but I just went. And they said that it doesn't work as well on blonde people. Even
light color hair.
Dark hairs, it's still works well.
I heard that too because I was going to get the bikini line done, and they said it doesn't work as well. But
Did it work on your face? Did it work on your face? It doesn't scar.
I didn't actually do it
because they said
I've done electrolysis. I'll tell you that I've done it for years. It doesn't really work. So
yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. That sounds painful.
It's painful. Oh well. Just remember, fillers, Botox, whatever it takes to make yourself feel better.
Or just you know what. Revel in this process. I say that now. I know. But we're all going to get old. We're all going to get old. Oh.
Right. It's inevitable. But, we try and have some fun while we...
That's right.
It's tough now, but hopefully we'll all make it through this, right?
Yeah.
Be safe in New York, you guys. Jeez, you're going back to Manhattan.
Yeah.
So everybody go out there, buy that book on Amazon, and check out Gail.
All right. Thank you so much, Gail.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
Good times.
That was fun.
We're all aging a lot.
We are. I don't want to, but we are. We just want to remind everybody that there is a giveaway. I think it goes till July 7th. Go to our social media page, especially Instagram. There's a link in the bio, and you can what's that word? Enter to win a copy of our book that's coming out in September.
My mom just took it to another level.
Uh-oh.
If we're lucky, we will get old. Way to bring that perspective.
Jeez Louise, Sue Kelton.
Let's get old, guys. Let's get old.
There it is. It's the pigment of the hair that will determine the success of the laser. All right, we're getting old. And we're also, before that, we're offering discounts. Go to our page, ovariestalk.com. Right now, Mira is up there, the discount for the fertility starter kit. I can't wait to see what's happening on the other side of Jamie. And after next week, BetterHelp discount will be up. So we're super,
He got another haircut.
He looks fantastic. Yeah. I'll tell you what's not going to work on that boy is laser. Ryan, show me tweezing hairs. Ryan, show me tweezing hairs. You got a tweezers?
The tweezers. What do you do with tweezers?
What do you do with the tweezers? Get rid of those. Get rid of the chin hairs. All right. Well, we got extra eggs. We'll say ovaries.
Can you say out?
Out.
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 Out. Out.